Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Those are the correct names you pray to. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Those are the men that taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And I'd like to also give citations to the Akim out there on the highways and byways, pushing the truth with all righteousness and sincerity, which is the real house of David. So I came across this article, and I just wanted to speak about it for a little bit. It says, record number of Americans are leaving the country and renouncing their citizenship for good, report says. So, that just shows you the signs of the times, and that shows you where we're at with Babylon, man, with America, okay? It's not as cracked up as it used to be, and more people are starting to realize that, even people in that don't believe in the truth, you know what I'm saying? So that just shows you how far this place is going down, because it's one thing us to speak about the downfall of this place and want to get up out of here, to where you got people who don't even believe wanting to leave this place. So that just, how that shows you how much of a shithole this place is. So I'm gonna just read a little bit of the article, then we just get a couple of scriptures about basically, we gotta leave here too, but not in the sense of physically leaving. We gotta spiritually, mentally leave this place, okay? Because y'all know you actually have if I'm not mistaken, I believe IUIC teaches that when shit gets hectic, they're gonna try to leave here. All right, we'll see about that, and you're not gonna have a good time with that, man. But anyway, again, it says record number of Americans are leaving the country and renouncing their citizenship for good, report says. In the aggregate, as many as 295,000 more people may have left the U.S. than immigrated there in 2025, according to one study. So more people are actually leaving than coming in now, okay? And you got to think about that. This is supposed to be the greatest country on the earth. So why are people leaving? That shows you that it's issues. Like where we're at in Jersey. This is the number one state where people are moving out of, and we know the reason why, because it's expensive. Saying you don't get your bang for your buck here. Okay, so now you got to look at it on a grand scale. Now, why are people want to leave America? Okay, because of what's going on here, man. All right, all the bullshit that's going on. It's not cracked up as it used to be. Okay, the facade is over. Okay, people are truly seeing what this country is all about. But anyway, Americans appear to be leaving the U.S. at once in a century levels, fleeing divisive politics and cost living crisis. Okay, and Jake, I'm pretty sure this is a lot of people going back to their own countries or Esau, fleeing in other people's countries and whatnot. Jake would love to do this. Jake would love to flee here, but we can't flee here. Okay, because we're in a fucked up situation. All right. But that's all for a reason. In 2025, the flow of Americans ditching the 50 states for good caused the first estimated net outward migration of the U.S. population in decades, something that likely hasn't happened since the 1929 Great Depression. Previously, the Americans leaving were super adventurous and well credentialed. Gene Barnett, founder of the resettlement consultancy from Expatsy, the Wall Street Journal. Now they're ordinary people like me. So what she's saying is people before that were leaving, they wanted to go out and just see other things than America. But now ordinary people are leaving because they can't afford here, and the politics here are bullshit. Okay, they're seeing what this place truly is. All right. In 2024, Barnett joined the trend relocating to Yucatan, Mexico. The U.S. government doesn't officially track the number of Americans who've resettled abroad, so estimates of just how many people left can vary. In 2025, net outward migration was between negative 10,000 and negative 295,000 people. Brookings estimate, forecasting a similar negative trend for 2026. Others have pegged the outflow at around 150,000 people in 2025. Before 2019, a typical year saw 200 to 400 people renounce their citizenship. By 2025, that figure was nearing 5,000, with more renunciations expected this year because fees to do so have dropped steeply. Okay, so now, so it's actually showing you that people probably would have done it before, but now the fees are the fees aren't as much as it was before to do that. Okay. Nearly all of the European Union's 27 member states have seen record levels of Americans arriving to live and work there in recent years, a Wall Street Journal analyst found. Outside of Europe, Mexico is another popular destination. Approximately 1.6 million Americans live there, and State Department estimates the largest overall concentration of Americans expats in the world. Even more people are considering making the change. A November 2025 Gallup poll found that 1 in 5 Americans would like to permanently move, double the figure from 10 years earlier. All right. A variety of factors are driving the trend, according to data, including political disagreements, affordability issues. Further, golden visas for foreign investors, remote work, and incentives for digital nomads all have opened new pathways for leaving the U.S., okay? So, given a choice, people want to leave here, man, okay? So now, y'all can read the rest of the rest of this article if y'all want on your own time, but, that's just showing you if other people are wanting to flee here, you should want to flee here. And again, I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally, man. All right. I was just talking to the brothers what was that, yesterday? And I was asking, like, what do you think is going to happen to make to finally, like, what needs to happen for Jake to say, okay, this place is some like complete bullshit, like they go like open their eyes, and the brother said is basically going to come like as a thief in the night. So they're not even going to get to that point, man. It's just going to happen to where they're going to be like, oh shit, okay. But we got to prepare ourselves now, man. This is why it's high time now to awaken, man, and remove yourself from this place. Again, I'm talking about mentally, okay. So we're just going to get a couple scriptures and going into that. This is Revelations 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every clean and hateful bird, man. All right, so this place, which is modern day Babylon, man, is going to fall, man. It's going to be destroyed, okay? And it is nothing but devils. It is nothing but just pure evil, man, okay? And this place is going to be a complete desert when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gets done with it, man. It's going to be a waste, okay? And will never be inhabited again, all right? For all the nations have drunk of the wine and wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and their merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, man. Because he's a fucking thief. You rob, rape, and murder every place you go, man. All right. She didn't. This whore didn't get everything through hard work or through through righteous things. No, they got it by taking. Okay, really, they got it through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, but it was done through murder, rape, rob, and murder, man. And it said for all nations have drunk of the wine and wrath of fornication, man. All right, you see a lot of these places when they used to have certain morals, okay, about themselves, even if it's not necessarily in the truth, and what we believe, they still had a certain morality about them. But once they got in bed with Esau, Babylon, okay, this whore, they started to change things, man. Okay, you got women being whores, okay, men being weak, all right. Everything under the sun, man, is opposite because of Esau, man. Okay? They call good evil, evil good. And I heard another voice from the heavens saying, come out of her, my people. This is the point I'm going to talk about. Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and you receive not of her plagues, man. So it's time for us to come out of her. And again, I brought up the example of people physically leaving here, but mentally we gotta remove ourselves from this place, man. We can't be one with this place, okay? Because again, this is an evil kingdom, okay? They're complete opposite of what we should be. There is nothing righteous here, okay? Because if it was anything righteous here, they'll be praising Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, but they don't do that, okay? So we could just end it right there. We don't got to give up any examples. They don't praise Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, so this place must be destroyed, man, okay? Yeah, so we got to remove ourselves so we don't partake in what's to come. And what's to come is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah coming back to destroy this place, okay? He's going to destroy this place. There's going to be other countries shooting missiles over here. All right. Thus saith the scriptures. Okay. This place is done, man. This place is done. And there's going to be and before that even happens, there's going to be hell here. Okay. And you know, in regards to Jacob's trouble. Okay. There's going to be money issues, food issues. We seeing it right now. The scarcity of, we see with the oil. We see the scarcity of food. Brother just recently, I think that was yesterday, showed the price of beef and how price of beef has gone up recently, and that's been going up. That's kind of like a steady thing, man. Okay, and he brought out a great point of how that's probably going to push. That's probably what they're going to use to push more people partaking in like lab grown meat, man. That's where we're coming to, man, and that's why Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah got to get his people out of here, man. So they don't got to continually partake in that bullshit, man. Because in my honest opinion, I think we have been eating lab grown meat. Okay, no, Lord knows what bullshit we've been eating, man. Okay, but he's gonna save us out of that. All right. Let's go to Jeremiah 51. It's Jeremiah 51, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, man. So that's why we got to remove ourselves from this world, man. Okay? We can't walk together with evil, man. We got to walk in the steps of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, okay? Because we know for a fact this place is going to be destroyed, so we don't want to be destroyed with it. We know that is going to happen. We know that action, that event is going to happen. We just hopefully will be saved out of it, man. Okay. We don't know if we are those men, but we were the hopeful elect. We hope. Okay, because he promised it. He promised it to the 144,000 1/3, man. They're going to be saved out of that. So we got to do what we got to do to be able to get up out of this, man. Because it's going to be scary times, man. Things like we haven't ever seen. Okay. And I like to always give the example of, think about when he flooded the earth, man. Think about how much of a scary sight that was. Okay. Remind you, it never rained before then. Okay. The dude just came up from the ground. All right. So think about how scary that was for the whole earth to be flooded. What's to come is going to be scarier than that. So that should humble you, man. That should put fear in your heart to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, to remove yourself from this whore, man. This whore does you no good. There's no life here. We're going to jump to Luke 21. Luke 21 and 26. Actually, I started 25. This is red letter, so this is Yahweh Shah speaking. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations and perplexity, and the sea and the waves are roaring. Okay, so these are going to be the signs, man. Okay, you're going to see signs in the stars in the heavens. Okay, and we've been seeing that. Okay, we've been seeing these certain uncommon moons that's been happening. Okay. There's been sights of chariots. There's been more sights of chariots. Now, brothers are kind of, iffy on that. We don't know if Esau is playing the game with that, or is it actually real chariots? I truly believe that they are real chariots, and then Esau try to mix up his bullshit to try to to try to throw it off, but we know that Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the angels are really out there, man. Okay. So yeah, those are going to be the sign. We've seen distress amongst the nations. Okay, all these wars that are happening, the rumors of wars. Okay, it's only going to get worse. All right, it's going to get to a point where we're not even going to be able to talk to brothers anymore, man. Talk to brothers throughout the internet. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is going to have to, be a good soldier. Okay, might be by yourself, man. I think brothers are going to be by themselves. I think there's going to be it's going to. I don't really think you're going to see brothers with each other during that time of Jacob's trouble, man, when brothers are thrown in jail and thrown in concentration camps. I think brothers are going to be separated, and going to have to fight that good fight, man, as a good soldier. Okay. But yeah, going back to the point, we're seeing all these signs that's going on, man. We're seeing the earthquakes, okay, in different parts of the world, okay, and we're seeing more and more of them. All right. Verse 26, men's hearts failing them for fear. Okay, so that's how bad it's going to be, man. All right, men's hearts are going to be failing them for fear, for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of the heaven shall be shaken, man. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and glory. Okay. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh, man. That's what we're waiting for. That's why we're practicing separating ourselves now. Okay. Because, you still got to work. You still, you watch TV, you listen to music, you do things like that. We're not saying be robots and you can't partake in nothing in the world, but we don't put the world over the truth, okay? We got to put the truth over the world, all right? Our daily lives are filtered through the truth, okay? If you like I said, like you brothers could be having, you could talk about worldly things. Let's say you talk about music, and usually when you're with brothers and you're talking about music, or I just do music, and then you're talking about music, movies, or whatever. Us being righteous men, it's always going to go back through the truth. It's always filtered through the truth, So again, we're not trying to act like we're robots and that we don't do things. Brothers go to concerts, brothers, go out for drinks. Do whatever, man. Especially brothers that got women. You gotta take her out and keep her happy. So brothers do things in the world that will be considered worldly, okay? But brothers don't put the world above Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. So that's why we got to remove ourselves, man, because we want the Lord to come down and save us. Okay. So we don't have to deal with this bullshit. All right. This place is through, man. It's tiresome. Okay. There's nothing here for us but death. That's the thing. We will be wiped out if it wasn't for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And Esau would just continue on ruling. Okay. Nah, we don't. Yes, I believe a man with the afro on a chariot is gonna come down and save us. Yes, I believe that. Hell yeah, it sounds crazy. It only sound crazy to you because you're not a fucking believer, and it wasn't meant for you. All right. Because, that's what people like to say. Like, you really believe that? Like, come on. You really believe there's UFOs, chariots, and a black man coming down, da, 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 da. It's like, yeah, nigga, I do. I do. You don't believe? That's a scary sight, man. Fucking zombies, man. Excuse my language if it offends. Let's go to Isaiah. I'm bugging. Isaiah 47. Isaiah 47, I'll start at 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, man. All right. This is the virgin daughter of Babylon, man. And it's not tender and delicate, man. This place is a fucking whore. It's a piece of shit, man. And it's only considered a virgin because it hasn't been touched yet, but it will be touched. Oh, yes. I can't remember what brother said. I remember brother said one time, oh, yes, that that pussy will be taken, man. Okay, you know, so I'm making a joke about it, but that's the real. That's why it's called a virgin. Okay, she's gonna eventually have to give that pussy up. Okay, but through destruction. Okay, this place will be touched. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Let's jump down to 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. The shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Okay, and we're starting to see. We're starting to see their nakedness being uncovered. Okay, we're starting to see the pitfalls of this place. Okay, you got their own people not believing in this country no more. That's why, again, going back to the original article, that's why they're leaving, man. That's why they're leaving. Okay, you can't fool the people anymore. To the degree that you work, you're still going to fool people until the end, because you know that's just, you know, it was set up that way. Okay, with the 2/3 and these dumbass heathens. All right, but you can't fool the righteous men. Okay, you can't fool the righteous men because of what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai put out for us, man. All right. And he said, I will not meet thee as a man. Okay, he's coming back down in his spiritual form. Y'all got him before. Y'all got him when he was a man. Okay, last time he was here, he was a man. Okay, but when he comes down, he's coming down in that angelical body, and it's vengeance. It's nothing but vengeance. It's not that day that they try to teach you, oh, it's going to be beautiful, everybody's going to be saved, and flowers, and no. That's going to be for the elect. And even then, that's not really for them, because we're going to scarcely make out of here, okay? And then through him, we're going to put belt to ass, all right? As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms, man. You're not going to be called this great kingdom anymore. And again, we're starting to see that right now. We're starting to see the process of that right now. Okay, so that's why, you know, we get down and be like, damn, we feel like things aren't happening fast. No, man. If you're paying attention, they are happening speedily, man. We were just talking about like how a couple weeks ago we wasn't speaking about that new virus that's out, and then bang, just like that, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai made something happen, and now that's a hectic thing that's going on in the world. Okay, so he shit is moving, man. Shit is moving. Only our fleshly bodies is making it seem like it's forever, and our want to get up out of here, our desire to get up out of here. So you're not wrong for feeling that way, but trust and believe. Shit is moving, man. Shit is moving. Okay. I'm actually going to stay in Isaiah. Start at Isaiah 13, and I'll start at 12. Part itself. I will make a man more precious than fine gold. Okay, so this was going to be happening these days, man. All right, and the reason I'm reading these things is because this should be the fear. This should put fear in your heart to want to get right, man. So you don't partake in these things. Okay. I'm saying that first and foremost for myself, man. Anything that we say, as the brothers say when they're preaching, man, we said it to ourselves and each other first. Okay, we don't want to partake in this, man. So this is why you got to remove yourself from this place. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay, so you ladies out here that's not humble, man, you're in for a rude awakening. Okay, and you sisters that are sincere, that's fighting, man. Trust me, man. The brothers, we love y'all, okay? We love y'all. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai loves you. You know, just keep fighting, okay? Keep fighting the best that you can, all right? When we get on women, we're not talking about you, okay? We're not talking about the ones that he has set up, that's sincere, that truly help and love the brethren, okay? Trust me, you do Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you're going to be put in a situation where a man is going to be able to save you in that day, okay? A man of the Lord, all right? But again, that ain't even necessarily just talking about for women's sake. Men are going to be needing help from men of the Lord in that day, man. Okay? That's how hectic it's going to be. All right, you've seen the book of Eli. You saw how he was able to help in those days. Okay, but it's even going to be more to a grand scale for us. Lord willing, we those men. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. I pause because when you read these things, man, truly try to visualize it, okay? He said, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts and in the day of his fierce anger, okay? That's his day. That's the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord is getting his people and then fucking shit up, man, all right? It's not going to be a pretty sight, and you don't want to partake in that, so come out of her, man, okay? And it shall be as the chase road and as a sheep that no man taketh up. It shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his own land, okay? And we seeing people actually fleeing into their own land right now. We didn't get to this exact moment, but we're seeing the process of it, man, okay? And people are going to be going to their own. You know, you see that in the jail system. They tell you that if anybody ever been in jail, Esau go with Esau, Jake go with Jake, okay? And Jake is split up. You know, the Judah goes with Judah, Ephraim goes with Ephraim. You know, that is separated like that. So, in a time of trouble, that's what people do. They go back to their people. Okay, so in that days, we're gonna go back to each other, man. And the heathens is gonna go back to the heathens. Okay, so that's just how it's gonna be, man. You got to visualize that. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished, man. The scriptures ain't how they make it out to be, man. Death is regular, okay, and especially in the day of the Lord, okay. And you're not going to be able to escape it at all. The only hope you have is through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So the step now, again, I'm speaking to brothers that's been in this thing. I'm speaking to people that just might find out about it because, you know, the door is about to close. So I don't know how many newer people is going to be coming into this thing, but that's up to the Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So wherever you're at in your level, man, go a little harder, okay? If you've been bullshitting in the sense of you're not too sure about this, you better get in, man, before that door closes, okay? Answer while he knocks, man, all right? Because it's going to be a hectic day, man. Let's go to Second Esdras. Second Esdras, let's start at 14. Woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, man. Woe meaning destruction, okay? For the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, okay? Esau's destruction, this wicked kingdom. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes, and in the course of their actions shall stand in their power, okay? So it's going to be complete chaos, man. It's going to be complete chaos, and the only way you're going to be able to escape it is through Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's it. That's the gospel, man. If you want to be saved out of that, you got to come back to him. You got to remove yourself from her and come back to him, man. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, okay? You're not going to be able to move around like you want to, man. And if you are going to be able to do that, it's going to be through Yahweh Shem Yahushua guiding us in those days, man. Okay, he's going to make a path for us, all right, to where it may seem impossible, but there's nothing that's not possible with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed. For men shall be afraid. Men are going to be afraid, man. So all that tough shit people talk right now, it's going to go right out the window, man. That's why we don't, real men in the truth, man, we don't proclaim to be tough, man. We ain't tough, Okay? And anything that we may do that may seem tough or courageous or things like that, it all goes back through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's all I'm going to say throughout the video. That's all brothers say throughout the video. It's all through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's it. All our moves go through him. He controls us, okay? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So that your neighbor that you see every day, that you mad cool with, okay? You know, you ain't home and they see you got a package out there, they'll protect your package, they watch over your house, blah, blah, blah. That's going to go out the window in those days, man. It says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. Everybody's going to become enemy, man, in that day, okay? That's not something you want to be a part of, man. And we're all going to have to partake in it to a degree. But we know that if we do what we need to do and have faith, we're going to be able to escape from those harsh realities that are to come. Go back to Revelation 18 and 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city of Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come, okay? So it's going to happen quickly, man. It's going to happen quickly. Remember, he said he's going to come like a thief in the night. That's why you got to prepare and get yourself ready now, all right? That shit could be 2 months away, all right? We don't know. We don't know, man. So that's why you gotta do your big one now, man. Do whatever you can do to make yourself worthy to escape out of here, okay? And you're not going to be the greatest at it, okay? You're not going to be perfect. You're going to have your stumbles, all right? But it's about being sincere and humble and keep going, man. And keep going. We got to go into the end, okay? Even unto death, all right? Because this destruction is in one hour, man. In 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed. This so-called great kingdom is going to be destroyed in 1 fucking hour because of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. And Lord willing, I can be a part of the gloriness on that day, okay? I could be a part of the right side on that day and not the left-hand side, okay? And I'll finish off with the scripture right here. I'm going to go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. All right. Just end it off with this. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of man. Okay. So if you trying to figure out what you need to do, that's it right there. Do those things to the best of your ability, man. Okay. You gotta fear the Most High, man. Fear Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, okay, and keep his commandments to the best of your abilities. That's all you got to do, and he'll take it from there, okay? He'll take it from there, man. So, I'll end it off with that. Hope you've been edified. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Brothers and sisters, we almost out of here. So fast, pray, do whatever you can to do to make yourself worthy so you can escape this destruction, because the destruction of this place is to come, okay? Remove yourself from this whore, man. She is no good to you, okay? It's nothing but death here. With that, shalom.